You know when you were 7 and just browsing the internet in search of one thing? Dress up Flash games? Have you ever wanted that feeling to be recreated? Because I'm here to tell you that it can. There's a Nintendo-published series of handheld games that, despite existing for more than a decade and being critical successes, still wallows in obscurity. Style Savvy, also known as Style Boutique in Europe, and its Japanese name is Girls Mode, which I don't really like, because it sounds like the name of a hentai. I'm going to be referring to this as Style Savvy for the remainder of this video, because I live in America, and that's the name we use. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. You must be European. And for that, I'm also very sorry. Style Savvy for the Nintendo DS was developed by Sin Sophia, which, up until then, was a studio best known for creating wrestling games. It was published by Nintendo in 2008. The game revolves around working in a boutique and helping customers. It was followed in 2012 by Style Savvy Trendsetters on the 3DS, and then Fashion Forward and Styling Star coming later in 2015 and 2017, respectively. Styling Star was my entry point to the series, and the one I've played the most of so far, so bear with me here. I've only played a little bit of Style Savvy and Fashion Forward, and I still haven't even picked up a copy of Trendsetters. Point is, my opinions as stated in this video are heavily influenced by Styling Star in particular, and it's the game most of my information is coming from. Just a little disclaimer. Style Savvy is a game unlike any other. There are so few real video games that are actually about fashion. Like, yes, there are many games where you can design clothes and coordinate outfits and change your character's appearance, but something like Animal Crossing for sure, but like, Style Savvy is something else entirely, because it's the entire game. No other game makes fashion such a big deal. No other game is so focused exclusively on looking good and looking good doing it. The basic mechanics are talking to your customers, finding out what they want, and finding something in your store stock that fits what they're looking for. So of course, you always gotta keep your shelves stocked with the good stuff. Each company that supplies you with your stock has its own image, such as bold, feminine, gothic, and coordination is the key. There are thousands of items and millions, billions of possible combinations, and as you keep recommending items to customers, they'll come back, and the more you talk, the closer you become. At a certain point, your regulars will truly start to feel like your friends. Style Savvy is a game about running a boutique and helping people find just the right clothes, but it's more than that. It's a game about community, about building bonds of friendship with those around you. It's a game where your biggest hardships are finding just the right dress to wear to a fancy get-together or the right accessories for your debut as a pop idol. It's escapism at its finest. Before Style Savvy, the idea of owning a small boutique in a mid-sized coastal town with a history of hauntings wasn't even something I considered, but now it's a life goal. I got into this series, believe it or not, when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was first announced in March of 2018. Immediately, I went to the internet searching intensely through the Nintendo-published games from about 2012 to today, seeing who was likely to get into the game. One game series stuck out to me. From 2012 to 2018, it had released 3 entire games, and that was Style Savvy, of course. It's a game I'd heard of, and I'd even played the Fashion Forward demo, though that did come at a time when I was kind of afraid of expressing femininity, and while I had fun, I never got around to purchasing the game. A lot of my conclusions may then turn out to be false due to Ultimate's design philosophy, but my most wanted newcomer was always Style Savvy Stylist. And still is, even though, it started as a joke, and the more I thought about it, the more likely it seemed, and the funnier I thought it would be. Of course, I realized if I'm going to keep this up, I have to actually play the games. I don't want to be thought of as a fraud, so I did, and I loved it. While we didn't get a character, we got 3 music tracks, and data mining that suggests plans for a stage. Stylist may not have any chance as DLC, but I do believe we still might have a shot at seeing her make the cut, so to speak, come the next Smash Bros. In 10 years or so? Playing Style Savvy has actually helped me in my real life, believe it or not, and it helped me, a lot. When I first started my transition, I knew nothing about fashion, and when presenting mail, I'd only ever just wore the first shirt and pants I could find. needless to say, I dress like, garbage. But now that I do that so much less often, I didn't really know what to do. I never really knew what to wear. I bought a lot of clothes that I thought looked cute, but I really didn't know how to make them work together. But this video game taught me how to coordinate styles and colors to make my clothes work for me, and now when I go shopping, I know what I'm looking for. I know I want to get a fashion jacket or a casual dress or whatever, and if I find something unexpectedly that I like, I already know what I can pair it with. I'm the furthest thing from an expert. I've got a long way to go, and, I still don't really know anything about shoes, but, I think I'm doing pretty well for figuring this all out on my own at 21. I still don't know hardly anything about men's fashion, but being forced to wear it makes me grumpy enough that I don't even care how I look anymore, so it all works out. Sort of. I feel like despite being an extremely solid game that oozes charm and is enjoyed by nearly everybody that plays it, Style Savvy is still not a popular game. Most likely just because the image of gamers as hardcore straight white dudes, a casual game targeted at girls, isn't getting the marketing push it probably deserves. It's a tragedy, really, and that's a big reason I wanted to do this video so much. If I can spread the word just a little bit and get a couple more people to give this game a shot, well, maybe we can get a Style Savvy game on the Switch? That's it, honestly. I really just want HD fashion game. 狭い部屋で突飛車つながるオリジナルなリアル四六時中